Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Hello guys, welcome to a Touch of Gloves podcast. In this podcast we're going to discuss the Fury Wilder 2 fight.
New theme tune.
And the new theme tune, new intro.
Yeah, for boxing episodes, I believe.
Yeah, for our boxing episodes.
So the MMA fans know to turn it off before they even have to hear our voice. But yeah, I mean, there's not really much to talk about in terms of undercard or anything like that. So it is literally just the big fight.
Wildly anticipated.
Pardon the pun. I like what you did there.
Wildly anticipated
You're
fight
fired.
rematch. And I am really looking forward to it. I think it's one of those. If it's a shade of what the first fight gave us, then it's going to be class. That had so many stories and tells, and
yeah, it's crazy how it was. Well, like insiders kind of were pegging it to be a stinker.
Yeah,
like it just.
Fury's just going to outbox him, and
Well,
not have an answer.
Exactly. I thought it was going to be the Klitschko fight all over again, which is like one of the dullest fights. Like everyone talks about what an achievement it is, and it is, but fucking hell, I would never want to watch that fight again.
Yeah.
Whereas I've watched the Wilder Fury fight today and loved it. I've seen it a few times now. You've seen it a fair few times.
That's 12th round.
Well, the 12th round has got to be
yeah.
one of the most dramatic rounds of the last 10 years, surely.
And BT Sport obviously bought like a 20-minute documentary out called The Resurrection, and it's just about that round.
Really?
It's amazing, yeah.
I've not
I
actually
recommend
seen
seeing
that.
it, yeah. It's really good. They got Mike Tyson interviewed on it, then they interviewed the fighters as well, and yeah, it's really well put together, and it just shows that just how great that was.
Oh, well, yeah. Like I said to you when we originally tried to do this episode back in episode 1, I realised we weren't recording. I went in not really much of a fan, but that round made me a fan of both men. Maybe not outside the ring, but yeah, in terms of their actions inside the ring, what they bring to the table. It's like styles make fights, as you always say.
Yeah.
And this has got to be one of the more compelling matchups out there. Just pure power versus essentially no power.
Yeah.
But pure boxing IQ.
Boxing ability, yeah.
Boxing acumen. It's just so interesting on paper.
And weirdly, with Tyson
and
Fury.
in action.
Yeah. And I was saying, weirdly, that Tyson Fury has phenomenal head movement for such a large guy.
Oh yeah,
it's the strangest thing.
Such a twitchy, fast reflexes, awkward movement for a 6'9" dude.
Yeah,
to be that light on his feet is insane. But yeah, I mean, before we get into the nitty gritty of it, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you who's winning and why.
Oh god,
I didn't warn you. This is what I'm going to ask. You knew it was coming, surely.
Yeah, and I know my answer. I've already predicted it, and I'm going to say Wilder wins the rematch.
Yeah,
8th round knockout.
Oh, you're going that specific?
I'm going that specific. Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
Are you going to put your money where your mouth is?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm happy to do that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You're going to put my money where your mouth is?
I just think. What I've heard from Fury is he's not going back to what could have won him the first fight, his boxing ability. It seems like he wants to knock him out. He wants to make that statement, and I think that's a really bad idea. And I think that what Wilder's doing is just sticking to what works, and I think in this fight, it's going to work even better than it did in the first. Definitively, yeah. So I see that is my prediction, but I am in no way confident at all because it can go any way. I can't see a knockout from Fury.
Well, that's it. You say it can go any way, but I don't think it can, because Fury can only win, really, for being honest, can only win by points, and Wilder can only win by KO. There's no way that Wilder's going to outbox him
any way.
Yeah,
I suppose those two ways.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell you which one it was. So, yeah. I mean, like, how I see it, I think the changes that have happened, Wilder's going to win this next fight by KO. Especially seeing the power that he can have against his last fight against Ortiz.
Well, his last 2 fights were arguably the best 2 KOs of the year. I mean, the Dominic Brazil fight,
his confidence is
that knockout
even
was
higher.
Insane.
Yeah.
And then the Ortiz fight, which was a fight in which he was losing arguably every second of every round until he landed that bomb.
Yeah, he was getting outboxed,
which is always going to be the case.
Yeah.
But Ortiz doesn't move like Fury moves.
No.
If I'm making my pick, frustratingly, I was hoping you were going to go the other way. I'm saying the same thing.
Oh, okay.
We seem to be in the minority.
Yeah.
I've been on like Ring Magazine and stuff and looking at the insiders and the experts and their picks, and most are going Fury via points.
Right, yeah.
And I get it, because one of the things it was making me pick against him, I was thinking, right, the last 2 fights he's had compared to the last 2 fights that Wilder's had were against piss poor opposition, if we're being honest. Otto Wallin or Wallin, or however you pronounce his name, that shouldn't have been as close as it was. I mean, obviously Tyson won definitively, but that cut, that just shouldn't have happened.
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried that when Fury tries to clinch, and this is not really something that other people have been saying at all, but if he tries to wrap up Wilder like he did in the first fight, and Wilder manages to just rub his head on that scar tissue, it can open it up there. So it might, like there's so many negative things. Obviously he's had a documentary like ITV or whatever it was, with following him around. He's been in WWE. He's had the split from his trainer. His life's been an absolute circus, which is why I was leaning towards Wilder. But then when I was having a discussion with someone at work today, they reminded me, well, it was nowhere near as bad as it was going into the first fight, where he was coming off a 3-year layoff.
That's right, yeah.
And he was like mental health issues, and like the size of a house.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So as crazy as his life's been, for him, this is arguably normal.
Yeah, he's in a better position than when he had the first fight, yeah.
But the thing that you said, which is why I'm sticking with Wilder, at first I thought his comments about knocking him out in 2 rounds was just typical Tyson Fury talk. Like, it's mind games, he just comes out with things, the bloody 7 wanks in a day, whatever it is he was talking about in the press conference. It's just one of those things. But the fact that he has split with his trainer, Ben Davidson, who got him to the show, that is one of the reasons he's so stable. The fact that he's split with him like 10 or 12 weeks before the fight. The fact that he's gone to a gym that's known for increasing your power, the Kronk gym, and the fact that he claims he's coming in heavier. Well, if he's coming in
like
heavier,
3 stone heavier.
So he claims. So I'm kind of saying to you, let's hold off on putting our actual money on it until the weigh-in. Because if he comes in and he's not got that extra weight, then I'm saying that the knockout talk is bollocks. And that's him just saying stuff.
Yeah.
If he does come in and he's heavier, he obviously wants more power behind his punches. And I think the reason that he's got that thought, he's got that mentality, is because as far as he's concerned, he definitively won the last fight and the judges took it from him.
So
he didn't put it down as a loss.
There again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he's thinking, I can't win a decision.
Especially where it is as well.
Exactly.
It's in
I
America,
can't win a decision in America against that champ.
Especially when Wilder won a lot of fans. A lot of American fans.
Well, made me a fan.
Yeah. Yeah, that's surprising, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if that is his mentality, and he does try to sit down on his punches and isn't sticking and moving, but still does the typical Fury thing of clowning every now and again, putting his hands behind his back, sticking his tongue out, he's going to get caught. And as you said with the Ortiz fight, what the Bronze Bomber has done, which you usually see the reverse of, as people get further into their career, they slowly add more tools. Whereas what he's done is he's stripped away any excess fat, and all he is now is a pull-in jab to measure distance.
Yeah, just
and
getting
then
his
a
timing.
knockout punch.
Yeah.
And that's all he did in the Ortiz fight.
Mhm.
That's it. He landed 20 punches.
He was happy to be outboxed, but he knew he just needs that one opening.
Exactly.
And he's so good at getting it.
Mm-hmm. And
so
he's
good
fought
at
him
timing.
before, so he's going to have the timing down quicker.
Yeah.
You watch that fight again, and you can see every big miss, which all the commentators were like lauding Fury for.
Mhm.
Every big miss, he's readjusting ever so slightly.
Calibrating.
He's just exactly what he's doing. He's seeing how long it takes Fury to get his head down and the angle of which he pulls his head back when he's coming back up, and he got it. In the 12th round, he clocked him clean and hit him again.
And everyone in the world thought that was done.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it was one of the most sensational knockdowns, which makes it even more impressive.
Yeah.
That Fury managed to get up. But I just think if that lands earlier, so if he gets his timing down earlier and lands that same bomb, he's going to have more power. He's going to be stronger. He's going to be fresher.
Mm-hmm.
He said himself that he came in underweight for that fight and he overtrained. If he doesn't do that going into this fight and he hits him clean, I just don't see Tyson getting up.
Yeah. Well, same. Look, that Bruce Lee comment. He doesn't fear the man who knows 1,000 kicks.
Yeah.
But a man that has learned a kick 1,000 times.
Yeah.
It's like that with Wilder. He has one weapon
Mm-hmm.
and he just practices that.
Yeah.
And that's more scary
Mm-hmm.
than someone outboxing you. And I think Tyson Fury is feeling that pressure. And that is why now he's, I don't know, obviously, it's like you said, we don't know until the weigh-in if he's making those changes to try and knock the guy out and finish him early before he gets finished.
Yeah.
But time will only tell.
I mean, his last actual KO was like 7 years ago. Like, he had hair. And think how long it's been since you've seen Tyson Fury with hair.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's had TKOs, obviously. Ben Schwartz and a few other guys, Sefer Safari, who like retired on his stool. But those are, they're bums. I mean, in terms of, he's never been known for knockout power.
Yeah.
When he hit Wilder clean, he stepped back, but I don't think he was visibly hurt at any point.
No, the only time he was visibly hurt was in that 12th round.
When he was completely gassed.
He was completely gassed, yeah. He did get clipped there and he did look wobbled, but...
Which made that round even more amazing to behold.
Yeah, right? That Fury could come back after being KO'd.
Basically.
Literally, He's even said himself. He was out.
Yeah, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I mean, the way his head hits the canvas.
Yeah.
I kind of wonder if that's what woke him up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm hoping it's going to be as exciting as the first.
Yeah.
Because there's always that possibility with Fury that he will just stink the place out.
Mm-hmm. The difference going into this fight is I am happy for either to win.
Yeah.
I am more than happy for either to win as long as it's a good fight. Or even that, just...
Well, yeah, it doesn't even... Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for either to win. It doesn't even need to be a good fight. I want it to be, obviously, as a fan. But it doesn't even need to be because as long as there's a definitive winner, it's a full stop and it opens up the division a little bit. There's already talk about a third one, which I hope, if it's a clear-cut victory, we don't need that. Let's get AJ in.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's
move on.
Exactly.
Get AJ in. Yeah, and then the loser can fight. Oh, who would you get the loser to fight? Usyk?
Well, he's injured, isn't he? He's supposed to be fighting Chisora.
But by the time, obviously...
Yeah, true. I mean, Andy Ruiz...
Perfect timing. Ruiz,
yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of people that they could fight. What's weird, right, is if Wilder wins, the best heavyweight in the world, and I probably would say if he wins that fight, it's going to be hard to argue that he's not the best heavyweight in the world, is like... Not, if you know what I mean. In terms of boxing ability.
Not the best boxer, but
just the best heavyweight.
Yeah.
Just in terms of what he does. If no one's got, because say what you want about AJ, there's no way that he doesn't get caught.
Oh no, and we know what his chin's like.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Andy Ruiz
weak at best, so
dropped him, stopped him.
But it's a different.
There's a different kind of athleticism with Wilder.
Yeah, different heavyweight champion as well. Like. With people with power, like last time I think of the guy with such ferocious power as Mike Tyson.
But he had such skill.
Such great boxing ability.
George Foreman, maybe?
Yeah.
But even then, like he had more tools. Like Wilder... I mean, he's
That's
got
what makes him
an
so exciting, though.
jab, but mainly he is literally one punch.
And you're just waiting for it.
So even got an answer
the
for
best thing about it is if Fury goes out there and wins 11 rounds,
you're
still there going,
oh yeah,
is it going to happen?
Yeah.
Is it going to happen? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what you said about the Ortiz fight, because we didn't watch it together.
No,
you were like, let me know when you've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just watching round after round, and I wasn't bored.
Yeah.
Even though it is a terrible fight.
Yeah, just him getting outboxed for 6-7 rounds.
Yeah, just like, do something, man. And then he does, and then it's over. And you're like, knock out of here.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
man.
I love those sort of fights. Yeah.
But I just want to say, who do you want to win? I know you've just said you don't really
I'm happy
mind.
for either to win.
Gun to your head.
No, I can't pick between them. I'm happy for both of them to win, and happy for both of them to have that. Would you
rather see fight AJ?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Because the Wilder fight was talked about for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And we were saying, like, it needs to happen, it must happen. Whereas now, I feel Wilder beats him.
Yeah, but I fear Fury beats him as well.
I do too.
So I
do too.
I'm happy just to see the winner of those two is to be proven, to go against AJ. I'm happy for either of them to do it. I know it's boring for fans listening to us and me picking, but it's honest. Like,
so would you say, regardless of who fights AJ, the winner of this fight determines who the best heavyweight in the world is?
Yes.
That's crazy, isn't it? Seeing as that Tyson Fury doesn't have a belt.
Yeah.
I mean, he's technically the
never lost
champ,
it, but he
in
gave
terms
it up,
of
didn't he?
The 4 belts, he does not have one.
Yeah.
And he is probably the number one currently.
You would say the best heavyweight is going to come out of this fight, and then they will be truly proven once they beat AJ.
Once they beat AJ.
Once they
fight him. Yeah. Once they beat him, without doubt a question. Yeah. Well, yeah, like that's the Ruiz thing, and then the quality of their fight just cemented in my head that whoever wins, they would beat AJ. Tyson Fury would befuddle him and just dance around him and would outbox him, get in his head. And the fact is, like, UK versus UK, AJ's whole, like, this is my stronghold
the problem
would be gone.
Sorry to butt in there.
So I just think, he beats him easily. And Wilder, I'm like, well, there's no way that he doesn't connect for 12 rounds. Like, he caught Fury and he's so much more mobile. Anthony Joshua's plodding compared to him. So eventually he gets caught and he does not get up ever. Like as I said, this fight determines the winner. To answer the question I asked you, I think I want Wilder to win.
Okay.
Even though I'm a Brit and I was rooting for Fury in the last fight, and when we watched it live, I thought Fury won and was gutted that it was a draw. I just loved the story of his return, his redemption, the fact that he got up in that 12th. For me, the story was his, which just made it more satisfying for him to take that win. Now it's almost kind of flipped for me, whereas so many people said that Fury won, that Wilder's kind of seen as this one-trick pony, this one-note fighter. They're saying he's not really beat anyone of note. Like, even when Ortiz was kind of seen as the boogeyman of the division, soon as he was beaten, he's an old man, and he's a bum, and he was never as good as people thought he was.
Yeah.
So every win he's got is discredited. So now for me, Wilder's the underdog. Wilder's the one who can, I don't know, I just like that story more now.
Okay.
That's who I'm
I was
going
say
with
about
and rooting for.
The Brit thing, you like Tyson Fury versus AJ. You'd be like, this going to be amazing. We could actually go watch that. No, it'd be in Saudi Arabia.
It would.
You know it's going to happen, yeah.
It'd be in Saudi Arabia, or if it was here, it would be so expensive.
Yeah.
It would the nosebleeds would be like £900.
Yeah.
It would be absolutely ridiculous.
But yeah, if it's here, I'm going.
Yeah, sell the house.
That'd be great. Yeah.
But yeah, I think above all, I just want it to be a good fight.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also, just to bring up the first one again, we are two of the only people I know who, having now watched it again, don't think it was a massive robbery.
No, when I watched it the first time.
Well, no, yeah, that's true.
I called it a draw the
first
time.
I was swearing my head off.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you called it a robbery, and then you've watched it again, and trying to take away from the biased commentary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you would.
By the Americans as well, though. So like BT were going, like as I said, everything for Fury, they were just praising, and everything for Wilder was, he dodged it, or it barely touched him.
Yeah.
But yeah, Showtime were doing the same. I think everyone got so caught in the narrative of Fury's return that, they just put so much more weight on what he was doing. The first 4 rounds, very close. The third round,
they were close rounds. Yeah,
I definitively gave for Fury, but 1 this time I gave for Wilder. 2 I gave for Wilder. 4 was close, but I think I gave it to Wilder.
Right.
The first half of the fight was so much closer than I remember.
Yeah.
Once the fight ended, in my head, it was Fury won every round but those knockdowns. And then watching it again, I was like, oh, no, not at all.
Yeah, well,
there's so much clowning.
Definitely won a couple of early rounds. I gave him sort of 2 or 3. And then with the knockdowns, obviously, it kind of worked out as a draw when I was scoring it live, which is really hard to do.
Yeah.
Which shows because the judges were all over the place. You had one that gave it sort of 115 to 110 Wilder, then 114 to 111 Fury. So just
and then 113
and then 113 to cause the draw. But it's
well, when I watched it today,
there's so many close rounds.
I scored it a draw.
Yeah.
So it's just
that's why I'm so glad that they did another. It needs another.
Oh yeah.
You just
I kind of wish they had it a bit sooner because, as I said, I'm worried about that cut. I'd hate that to be how Fury loses.
Oh right, yeah.
But because
Wilder doesn't throw punches and bunches, I'm hoping it's not going to become a factor.
What's it say?
Usually...
if a punch lands, it's over.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm worried about, the clinching, because that'd be even worse.
Yeah.
If it gets opened via a boring hug.
Yeah.
And then stopped.
Yeah, that would suck.
That would suck. Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to be up all night.
No,
don't be all night because the undercard isn't the most exciting. So
no, the undercard's
one of those where we'll try to just wake up.
Yeah, Charles Martin versus Gerald Washington's like the co-main.
Yeah,
that's a piece of trash fight. So I'll probably much like yourself. I'll set an alarm.
We'll try live score it on Twitter.
100%.
So if you want to follow us on at Touch of Gloves,
look at him. He's smooth. He's good at this. But one thing I will say before we go is watching it again today. If those knockdowns didn't happen, right? So if the whole fight was just like round 1 and round 2, that would be a piece of trash fight. And watching it live, as you said, you'll still be on your edge of your seat because there's that excitement or anticipation of that bomb coming. Mm-hmm. If it then doesn't come and the whole fight is just that, does that kill a trilogy? Or does that even kill your excitement of them? Presumably
that's
Fury.
The end of the chapter for Wilder. Because if he can land that, and Fury can just sort of dodge and avoid it, it's kind of like, well,
that's it. That's his whole persona, isn't it?
Yeah.
That he's never out of a fight. Mm-hmm. If he then is out of the fight.
Yeah. Because, if those knockdowns never happen, that scorecard...
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? That last round would have been a 10-9 for Fury.
Yeah.
Because he come back and won that round. So, it's not even a close fight.
No.
Where Fury just wins. So if it's on points, yeah, Fury's won it. But
not even an entertaining fight is my point.
Yeah. I'd still be loving it at the time. It's not one I'd rewatch.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because people still talk about the Klitschko win for Fury, but no one watches it back.
Yeah.
No one. I watch the pre-fight hype more than I would watch the fight.
Yeah.
When he dresses up as Batman. But yeah, like the fight itself, garbage.
Yeah, that's it.
So I'm hoping it's not that kind of fight. I want a knockdown. Well, I want Wilder to win. But I mean, if Fury wins, I hope that he still has to go through some adversity.
Okay, yeah.
I don't want him to ballet dance around for 12 rounds and just land, like, just flick a few jabs in his face.
Yeah. No, I'm happy to see that because it makes me think Fury understood
True.
What he had to do.
I mean, yeah,
and he
people
went out there and
praise
did
Joshua for doing the same thing against Ruiz.
Exactly. Yeah, got to do what you got to do to win. But I didn't want it to happen because
I
got to sit through 12 rounds of it.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Can you imagine if Fury knocked him out?
God, man. If he does.
Should we put a bet on that?
No. Right.
Absolutely
on that
not.
note.
On that note. Okay. I've been told. Alright, cool.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, catch us when we review the fight.
Yeah.
And talk about Fury's amazing knockout.
All the best.
Catch you later.
Cheers, then.